Why do some people walk into love like they're just casually walking into a coffee shop, and yet others act like it's the emotional World Cup final, right? Like one unread text, heart starts racing, overthinking, basically creating out a whole Netflix documentary in their head. Meanwhile, someone else is just left calm, cool, completely left unbothered with the whole process. And have you ever noticed why some people chase, some people run, some people want love, but still manage to push it away, and yet others actually seem calm, safe, emotionally healthy, and ready for a relationship? But what if your love life isn't random? What if your nervous system has been secretly coaching your relationship decisions this entire time, and you didn't even know it was happening? See, in this video, I want to break down what attachment styles actually are, the 4 major love attachment styles, explained simply, why you keep attracting certain relationship patterns, what psychology actually says about anxious, avoidant, fearful, and secure love, and why healthy love can feel a little weird at first, but most importantly, how to stop repeating painful relationship cycles. Because maybe you're not too much. Maybe you're not emotionally unavailable. Maybe you're not bad at relationships in this game called love. Maybe it's just that no one ever explained what love felt like to your nervous system. But hi, my name is Lee and welcome to Rise and Elevate, where we talk about universal principles and psychology, nervous system healing, if I can talk today, emotional growth, subconscious patterns, and becoming the version of yourself that feels safe, secure, and aligned, including love. Because today, we're going to talk about attachment styles, but not in the boring, like textbook way or any other video that has ever explained it. No. We're doing the cup of love addiction. Because honestly, dating out there feels like a professional sport at times, right? So, do attachment styles really matter? I never thought so until I did some research, and the short answer is yes, but not the way social media makes it sound, because attachment styles are not your identity. They're patterns. Patterns your nervous system learned about love. So think of it like this. Imagine your nervous system hired a soccer coach when you were a little girl or boy, and based on your childhood, the coach just quietly taught you, here's how love works, here's how relationships feel, here's what to expect. And now, adult you is out here dating, still just unconsciously playing by rules you didn't even realize you learned. So let's get into these attachment styles. And like I said, do not compartmentalize yourself into these. So the first ball up is attachment or anxious attachment. This is the chaser, okay? First up, the anxious attachment style, or as I lovingly call it, the emotional World Cup striker. Always chasing the ball, always watching the scoreboard, always watching and checking, are we okay? Do you still love me? Why didn't you text me back? Why did your texting energy change? You know, you were calm at 9:02 a.m., but then at 2 p.m., you're suddenly convinced that they hate you. They met someone else. The relationship is over. Oh my God. And now, somehow, you've become like this famous FBI investigator, right? Been there. Let me give you an analogy. Anxious attachment is like being in the final match where every little thing feels at high stakes. One delay text, penalty kick, right? And psychologically, this often is developed when love felt inconsistent growing up. So in childhood, maybe parents or your surroundings, it was warm one day and then cold the next. Available sometimes, but then unavailable other times. So your nervous system learned love can disappear, which means you may overthink. You may need more reassurance. You may overgive, have some fear of abandonment. Maybe you find yourself losing yourself trying to keep a connection. So you swear you're chill, but babe, your search history or your chat GPT, hostility says, how long should someone take to text me back? And this is not a bad thing. I'm not picking on you. And honestly, I find myself there, all right? So I'm right with you. So next ball up, avoidant attachment, the defender. Now, avoidant attachment, these often are the people who say, I really like you, but I don't know, I need like space. I need 3 to 5 business days, babe, and I'll be back. These are the emotional defenders. You get a little too close, and then like, whoop, they're gonna back up. It's like this whole defense was like activated. Not because they necessarily don't care. And this is important. Avoidant people often care very deeply, but closeness to them feels overwhelming to their nervous system. Think of it like this. Think of like a soccer goalie, right? Their whole job is to protect the goal, protect themselves. So vulnerability can feel unsafe. And this is often develops when emotions weren't welcomed growing up. So maybe if you heard your parents, or your loved ones when you were growing up say, stop crying, knock it off, toughen up, handle it yourself. So independence became like this survival mechanism. So they like you, but then suddenly their closeness to them, those feelings just feel too much, too vulnerable. And their nervous system is basically like abort mission. Okay. Next ball up is the fearful, disorganized, the confused teammate. Okay. And this one, the fearful attachment style, also called disorganized, or lovingly, the emotional World Cup player who just basically can't decide which goal they're running towards, right? I don't know if you've ever found yourself dating this person or maybe this person. They're kind of like the one that's going to be like, come here. Wait, no, actually, no. I miss you. Please leave me alone. Wanting intimacy, but fearing intimacy. Craving closeness, but distrusting it. So it's almost like their nervous system is both offensive and defense at the same damn time. And yet nobody knows what the heck is happening, right? So, and why this happens, this often develops when love felt safe, but then unsafe. Comfort and chaos. Love and pain. All just kind of mixed together. So relationships can feel intense. And that's why you get this push and pull and push and pull. It's like big chemistry, big emotions, but some big ass confusion too, right? Next ball up is the secure attachment. This, I would say, is the team captain. They're calm, they're grounded, they're communicative. Not perfect, but emotionally safe. They're not someone who disappears after conflict. They communicate and repair. They stay consistent. And here's something I want you to think about. Think about this and stew on it, chew on it for a minute. Babe, if you grew up with chaos, secure love, when that captain comes along, may feel boring at first. Not because it's boring, but because peace to you may feel unfamiliar. See, your nervous system sometimes makes mistaken anxiety for chemistry. Take note, my beautiful, gorgeous, sexy friends. Butterflies are not always intuition. Sometimes they're just unresolved patterns. And I want to be really, really honest with you for a second. If I'm being truthful, I actually see parts of myself in avoidant attachment. And that surprised me because for so long, I thought avoidant people just didn't care. But that's not always true. Sometimes you care so deeply that your nervous system thinks, run before you get hurt. Leave before they leave. Pull away before someone disappoints you. And for me, this awareness, that realization changed a lot. Something crazy, but crazy, so crazy good happened recently. I finished recording a video on like nervous system regulation in relationships. And when the camera turned off, I sat here and I literally burst into tears. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, that's my Steve. That's my partner for me. And that was my nervous system had been needing this whole time because he's calm, he's steady. He doesn't run when emotions and conflict happens. He doesn't disappear when things get hard. And babe, trust me, I can get a little spicy. I can get a little spicy and passionate at times, okay? But what he taught me is that healthy love doesn't always feel intense. Sometimes healthy love feels safe. Sometimes love isn't always fireworks. Sometimes it's peace. And if chaos was normal for you growing up, peace can feel unfamiliar at first. So if you saw yourself somehow in today's World Cup of love, I just want you to hear me on this. You're not broken. You are a pattern. And patterns, babe, can change. You can become aware of them. You can stop replaying the same old damn emotional season. You can teach your nervous system, we don't have to play defense anymore. We don't have to chase. We don't have to fear love. You can learn safety. Because love isn't about winning the game. It's about learning how to finally play on the same team. So now, I want to know, which player do you relate to most? The striker, the defender, the confused teammate or the team captain. And no one's judging you, because this is a space where we are all growing and learning, and awareness is the first step. So leave me a comment below. I am curious. And if this helped you understand yourself or someone you love, send this to them. Send it to a friend that could help make them more aware of these crazy little love patterns that we learn, because awareness changes everything. So with that, my beautiful friends, sexy, gorgeous friends, I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Much peace and love.